Hello and welcome. I'll be doing three poems, and all three are specific narrative poems that flow out of a Canadian historical story. The first one, um, is more universal, and we watched from Canada. The second has to do with Viola Desmond, and the third has to do with a group of Maroons who came from Jamaica to Halifax in 1796. We will go from the present more backwards into history. So here goes. The first one, I Can't Breathe. I can't breathe because the image of knees on neck constricts my chest and choke words that want air to aspirate, to navigate open spaces, to air grievances. Such an image suffocates senses and sends signals to hold tightly my blackness in breathless pose. Because watching the news is not safe, I tell you. Not while police patrol and justice does not roll. Instead, streets flame, glass shatter, and people gather. Pandemonium in a pandemic, while masked masses unmask America's naked shame, because we all heard him say it again, like the others did. I can't breathe. I can't breathe because history heaps weights on my head, heavy like lead, and I walk like I'm bearing baskets of books to market, volumes and volumes that store our stories, and state policies obsolete like the dead, while I'm trying to save living black boys still breathing and beg them. When the police stops you, start your phone recording. Say, "Yes, officer," and smile. Show your hands slowly. Offer them promptly if asked. Because after, you will be able to breathe, you and your mother. I can't breathe because I've been singing the blues from my playlist, shaking fists, seeing strange fruit hanging on trees, swaying in southern breeze. And I'm feeling heartbreak wet on my cheek. And wondering, when will my breath return to normal rhythms? When will the caged bird sing its sweet song in open spaces? I can't breathe because the root word race and its various derivatives, thrice mentioned in the last 2 minutes in the Zoom room, drained all air. And I hesitate to breathe and leave breathless someone who just said, "I'm not racist, but truth be told." But truth be told. Do you have enough truth to live blackness in whiteness? Do you understand what lies behind white lies? And the privileged positions because a different air blows through your windows? Ah, I am caught in a web, and I can't breathe. Can you? All right, so everyone knows that was 2020 post George Floyd. The second poem is called Dear Miss Desmond, and it's set in 1946, and it's a teenage responding to a Black History Month lesson. In 1946, of course, Viola Desmond was a Black woman who, while waiting for her car to be fixed, went inside a movie theater and bought a ticket and sat in the whites only section. This is a teenager reimagining 1946. Dear Miss Desmond, Black History Month has come again, and I can't let it go without telling you I am totally taken with the telling of your story. I would have written to you before, but you see, I didn't know. I didn't know the story of your struggle to end segregation in Nova Scotia. That's right. Right here in Canada, there was segregation. Yes, I know all about Rosa Parks, how she parked herself in the front of the bus and didn't budge. But the fact is, you both sat. You sat in reserved spots so we could stand tall in history. Stand for what's right for all. Stand up to fight racism and to pull down prejudice, because it's wrong, not just rude, to conclude the shade of someone's skin is the litmus test of someone's worth, the measure of someone's intellect, the sum of someone's parts. It's wrong to encase race in unjust laws, to embrace race in systems that segregate and foster hate. But tell me, Miss Desmond, how did you sit with such dignity? And when they dragged you from the movie theater that fine day in New Glasgow in 1946, you wearing your finest dress and your whitest glove, the police laying white hands on brown skin, then laying tax evasion charges over a penny, 1 cent for heaven's sakes, because you dared to not sit in the blacks only balcony, and they dared to not say race is the case. Did it not gall you, Miss Desmond? Where did your rage go? I'm just a teenager in Toronto trying hard to understand what's past at last. But when I turn the pages of your books, oh, and when I read the history of our heroines, I have to tell you, Miss Desmond, it does cause me to think and to feel fire in my bones. And I want to smash stereotypes. I want to break boundaries. I want to beat the odds. So I'm writing to you, Miss Desmond, posthumously, of course, but purposely, to state my disdain at racism and all other isms, to share the glory of your story, to tell you that wrong's been made right. You won the case, Miss Desmond. They apologized to your family. And did you know the courts reversed the charge? That's right. And they made a new holiday in Nova Scotia and honored you, Viola Desmond. You're the cover of a book, the face of a stamp, and what's more, the face of a $10 bill. The first female face besides the Queen. I'm just a teen trying not to preen, but that is news enough for any screen. And when they make the movie, I want a part, even a small part, because you, Miss Desmond, you are part of my history lesson. You made history. You're still making history. How about that? The last poem I'll present is entitled First Winter, 1796. It comes out of the struggle of the 600 Maroon men and women who were exiled or deported from Jamaica to Halifax, and who tried to make a settlement, but for whom, well, it was very, very difficult. They later sailed to Freetown, Sierra Leone. So this is a reimagining of First Winter, 1796. We had no word then for the white ashes falling, falling sky down, filling up the fallowed fields, sometimes slowly, sometimes fast in full fury, scattering wide, white seeds that did not sprout green pineapples after winter was over or ever after, but brought tremor, that white, wide wind rushing to fill the cracks in our cabins, to call forth croup coughs in our children who would not go to play outside because we did not know then the ways of wet whiteness that left us breathless. The wild thing that sucked red blood from our black feet so we could not feel they were ours. For nothing was ours that first winter. We had neither welcome nor warmth, nor the memory of a hot sun searing mangoes. Not even the words in our best broken English to say, snow.